Welcome back. You're watching Guardians of Gaia with myself, Megan Edwards, and tonight we are looking at recycling and waste management. Now, as we talk about waste management in particular, we're not just talking about government service delivery, but also how we manage our waste at home. As South Africans, did you know we produce 54.2 million tons of general waste every year, which is about 2 kilograms of waste each day. The only reason this is a problem is that only 10% is recycled and recovered, and up to 90% is dumped. Tonight we'll meet Candice Mostert, founder of Mostert. She walks us through the Ecobrick, which is this item right here. This item is actually used to build bricks from non-recyclable products, and they are used to build all kinds of structures, from benches to coffee tables, you name it. Right before we chat to Candice, though, let's have a look at some stats with regards to recycling and waste as we head into Climate Count.
South Africa sends about 95 million tons of waste to its 826 landfill sites, and less than 40% of the materials are recycled. The nation's waste management industry is currently worth 25 billion rand, and as a country, we only recycle 40% of our glass and 30% of our plastic packaging. South Africa generates approximately 350,000 tons of electronic scrap annually, of which only 10% is recycled. On a brighter note, the nation recycles 70% of the 2 billion cans that are sold every year. Ecobricks are rock-hard plastic bottles that have been stuffed with non-recyclable items like packets and packaging. The brick is then used to build structures like tables, chairs, and benches. The idea of the Ecobrick is to bring a new purpose to something once harmful.
I started in 2012, actually, when I got introduced to the Ecobrick, and I don't know if anyone's ever heard of this great thing before, but it's just a plastic bottle that's stuffed with all your non-recyclable materials, often plastics, other little bits and bobs. And when I was introduced to it, my whole life really changed. You need to compress it really, really hard with your spoon. That's what your spoon's there for, or any wooden stick that you can find. And you can see, like, I just compressed mine, and there's already so much has gone down. Really need a nice hard brick, and you can fit about a bag per liter, a black bag of non-recyclable per liter. So your 2-liter bottle should take about 2 black bags full. So you do start really understanding a little bit more about the packaging, understanding your own consumption. So you actually, the Ecobrick is meant to be a tracking tool, and I think that's something that is very much missed in South Africa. When people hear about Ecobricks and they think, oh great, you know, what a perfect solution, now I can just consume as much as I want, or you know, they don't really think that actually it's a temporary solution. And the first one is compost. So this is great, and it's green because compost is made out of our organic matter, our food waste, but also our biodegradable or compostable packaging. So compost was our first one. Our second one is recyclables. And recyclables, like I said earlier, is defined by your local recycler. So because we live in South Africa and government are only piloting recently a few curbside free collections, we've very much relied on local private companies who run our recycling industry in our country. So that means individuals starting their own businesses, they're very much limited to their own facilities. So maybe they got funding and they can only get this amount of space, they've only got this amount of machines, so therefore they can really only process a certain amount of stuff. And that's where this resin code comes in. The resin codes, ask your recycler what he does and doesn't accept, and then you'll be left with the non-recyclables. And that's what you Ecobrick, or you start avoiding and finding alternatives to. And that's what we spoke about with the Ecobrick being a tracking solution, because as you that you understand that it's not recyclable, that your recycler can't accept it, and you've got to start decreasing it as well, because South Africa also doesn't have a good industry in place for Ecobricks. You know, it's been a real struggle as an organization to deal with the Ecobricks, and then I call it bits and bobs, like your broken hair tie, your stickers, your broken earring, all these little bits and bobs. Kind of find that would not really get recycled because they're so small and they just end up at the bottom of your bin. And yeah, it's great to have that measurable physical thing where you can say, okay, I produced 2 liters this month, but I'm going to set myself a goal for next month to be doing half of that, or whatever it is, maybe a few months, half of that.
These are some stunning ways to reduce, reuse and recycle right now with what you have at home. The 3-bin system is simple but very significant and easy to implement in the home and in the office. When we come back, we'll have a look at the waste pickers of Cape Town who are making rands from refuse. Stay with us.